right, welcome guys. We got a little bit of a late start, so I'll go ahead and get started. You're going to need a chair, find a sturdy chair. You can also go to a countertop. You can also use a wall, but it's going to be a lot of balancing, okay? So welcome to Full Body Barre. My name is Karen. We're going to go ahead and get started. If you have a mat, you're going to go step to the back of your mat. If you don't have a mat, that's okay. You can do this without. You could always find like a carpeted area somewhere that's not slippery. Okay, so we're going to stand at the end of our mats. Just inhale those hands high, exhale those hands down. You can also bend the knees. Inhale those hands up, exhale them down. Just take a few breaths here. Maybe come down to a deeper squat as you inhale, exhale, bring those hands down. Go nice and slow. All right, last one. Inhale those hands down. All right, we're going to bring our hands back up. We're going to reach towards the sky, and then you're just going to round down, kind of like you're diving, right? And you're going to touch the mat, or maybe you're going to touch your ankles, just whatever feels good. Get that stretch in the hamstrings. And then you're going to walk your hands when you're ready. You're going to walk your hands to a plank position. So find a plank wherever you're at. Now, if you want, you can also bring the knees down into your modified plank. Just make sure those hips are shifted forward and your shoulders are right above your wrists. Good. So from here on our plank, we're going to walk back over to our forward fold position here, and then we're going to roll it back up. And then you're going to reach up and back towards the sky, lift your chest. Good. And then roll it back down. And walk your hands back to your plank. Take that exhale. On your inhale, walk it back in. Exhale, roll it up. See if you can lift your chest a little bit more. Go into nice little back bend here. Roll it back down. And walk it to your plank. Take that exhale. Inhale, walk it back to your feet. Roll it back up. We'll do two more here. And roll it back down. Walk it to your plank. Inhale, walk it back. Roll it up. Lift that chest. Good. Last one. You're going to roll it down. And we're going to stay down here. We're going to hold this plank. Let's hold our plank for about 10 seconds, okay? Keep those hips in line with the waist. Kind of add that squeeze to your glute muscles. Keep those shoulders relaxed. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you're going to bring the knees down. We're going to be in this like modified plank position. And then you're going to bring the hips back towards your heels into your child's pose stretch. Good. And now we're going to rock ourselves forward. You can also move your hands forward a little bit because you're going to shift your hips down to your mat, finding this high cobra position. And then you're going to rock it back into your heels, into your child's pose position. We're just going to do a few of these. We call these cobra rocks. Rocking back and forth. Starting to decompress that spine. Open up the chest. Take your time here. Good, we'll do two more. And last one. And we'll meet back in our what we call tabletop position, where you're stacking your joints, knees and hips, wrists and shoulders, finding that tabletop position, neutral spine to start. Let's go into some cat-cows. We'll round our spine into our cat. We'll hammock our spine into our cow. And you'll just go back and forth, really, really pressing that spine up towards the sky. Really hammocking that spine back down. Just keep going. And two more. Good, and we'll come back to center. All right, we're going to tuck our toes, we're going to lift our hips, and we're going to walk ourselves back over to that forward fold position and roll up one vertebrae at a time. Roll your shoulders back. From here, we're going to go ahead and just do some quick shoulder rolls. Roll your shoulders back, roll your shoulders forward. Okay, and we're going to go into some squats here. You can go wide-legged or you can go hip distance here on your squats. We're going to start with just taking some squats, maybe bringing your hands in front, maybe coming into hands to heart. Wherever you want to hold your hands here, we're just going to squat down, go as low as you'd like. Keep the chest lifted here. Make sure to breathe. Exhale on those squats. Good. All right, so we're gonna do quite a few squats because we're gonna add some arms. Okay, so now you're gonna make fists. We'll make some fists here. And then you're gonna swing those hands in front, bring them back down. And front as you squat. Bring them in front and down. So imagine as you're shifting those hands back by your hips, you're pulling something that's got resistance, right? Usually we use weights, but if you don't have light weights, you can always use just your hands. All right, add that resistance. Let's go 2 more. Good, last one. And stand up, shake off those wrists. Take a moment here, grab a sip of water. Make sure you have water nearby. All right, now we're gonna go back into some more squats. We're gonna go a little lighter here. Okay, we're gonna reach our arms overhead. We're gonna make those fists again. I don't know if you can see, but I got fists here. Okay, now we're gonna go into what we call plie squats. You're gonna turn the toes out. You're gonna go ahead and bring those knees out. Squat nice and wide, and then you're gonna open up those arms. We call this goalpost. And then extend. Come down, lift the chest, and come up. Now, as you're squatting here and bending out those elbows at 90 degrees, you want to add the squeeze to those lat muscles. Those muscles that are on the outside of those shoulder blades, just beneath the armpits. You want to add that squeeze as you're pulling them down. Imagine you have a resistance band right above you and you're squeezing and you're trying to break that resistance band. Good. We'll do 4 more. Make sure you're breathing. Nice. All right. And then we're going to hold at the bottom here. We're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back up. Come back down. Squeeze. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back up. Come back down. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back up. We're going to do 2 more. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And up and down. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now hold here, and we're going to do just little tiny pulses. So little tiny pulses with the hips. We'll go of 8, 7, 6, 5. Can you go lower? 3, 2, 1. Hold it low. Now you're going to do little tiny pulses with your fists, like you're trying to punch something right above you. And then we'll go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stand back up. Ooh, shake it out if you want. You can do a nice little forward fold, anything that feels good. Shake off those arms. All right, so I'm just gonna check the time because I know it cuts me off. We're good. We got 34 minutes. I apologize for the beginning. It's my first time teaching this class, so, I was trying to get the camera, the whole video thing working, so, okay. Anyways, break time's over. All right, we're gonna come right back down to our mats. Okay, we're gonna do a little bit more arm. So inhale those hands up again. Roll it down. Walk your hands to a plank here. Now, you can go full plank, or you can go modified plank. You can bring those knees down. Whatever's comfortable for you. I'm gonna go modified plank today. We're going to go into some push-ups. You want the elbows to bend back, not out. So, make sure those wrists are beneath your shoulders so they're aligned, okay? And then you're just gonna start to bring your chest down, bend the elbows back, push them out away. Bring those elbows down, drop that chest, push them out away. Now, if you're kind of a beginner or you just haven't done push-ups in a while, that's okay. You can bend and extend. Go as far down as you're comfortable. Go as far down as your arms will let you. Oh, my mic fell. I apologize about that. Just keep going. Going into those push-ups for 5, 4, 3, 2, and our last one. Go ahead and come back up if you want. You can take that nice child's pose. Bring your hips back towards your heels. All right. Bringing my earbud back into my ear. Hopefully the mic did not turn off. Okay, so we did those push-ups. Now we're going to do a different set of push-ups. We're going to do single leg extended push-ups here. Now for this one, you can go a little bit wider out if you want. Okay, we'll work a different muscle here. Now, to start off, we'll start in like a tabletop position. Your hips are right beneath, or your hips are right above your knees. And then you're gonna bend the elbows, drop the chest, lift back up. Bend the elbows, drop the chest, lift back up. Good, we'll just do a few of these just to get comfortable. Comfortable with this movement. See where your arms wanna be. Good. Let's do one more. And come back up. All right, now we're gonna extend one leg out. It doesn't matter which leg. You wanna extend it straight back, okay? Not off to the side, not out to the side. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna come into those push-ups with the leg extended. As you come into those push-ups, you want that foot to reach high towards the sky, kind of like a seesaw. We'll go 3 more. And last one, bring that knee back down. If you want, you can take a child's pose. We're gonna go into more close together hands. So you're gonna bring those hands to shoulder width apart. We're gonna extend the opposite leg from the one we did, same thing. We're gonna drop our chest down, make sure those elbows bend back. So just like the push-ups that we were doing earlier, keeping our hands closer together. Same concept, it's like a seesaw. You're swinging your foot up towards the sky as you drop your chest. Now, you can always opt to not bring your legs out or your foot out in this and just continue to do push-ups without extending the leg. Let's do 2 more. Excellent. All right, bring that knee down. If you want to take that nice child's pose, stretch out your arms, grab a sip of water, roll it up. When you're ready, you're going to find your chair. You can also go to a countertop. Okay, I'll take a sip of water because if you don't already have a chair or a countertop or something that you can go like a dresser and you need to adjust, then take this time right now. All right, let's get to it. So, you're gonna find your chair, right? Make sure it's sturdy, make sure it doesn't have any wheels at the bottom, okay? We're gonna go into what we call second position. So, you're gonna keep your heels hip distance apart. You're gonna turn the toes out slightly, okay? You wanna make sure your pelvis is aligned with your waist, so you're gonna add this little tuck. This tuck helps engage the core here. You want the shoulders rolled down and back, and you want the chest lifted. You want the chest proud is what we call. You're just gonna hold on to the back of your chair or counter, whatever you're using, and then you just wanna lightly be touching that. You don't wanna be gripping it super hard, okay? Just lightly touching it because we are using a lot of balance here. So we're gonna go into a squat, but we want the position to be consistent here. We don't wanna go into that posterior tilt where you're sticking your glutes back, okay? In line, engage the core, chest lifted. You're gonna bring those knees out into that plie squat, stand back up. Bring the knees out into that squat and stand back up. Good. Now maybe you can go a little deeper. Your knees are gonna go out instead of off to the side a little bit, okay? They're still opening up the hips, putting pressure down as you stand back up onto all 4 corners of your feet. Really ground those heels down onto the mat as you shift up. That's gonna engage your leg muscles. Good, we'll go 4, and 3, and 2. Good, last one. We're gonna hold at the bottom here, hold. Make sure you get those hips forward, and we're just gonna do little tiny pulses, tiny pulses. Now if you feel like you've got the good balance here, you can always let go of that chair. Bring your arms in front like you're holding this big beach ball in front of you, or reach your arms up high. Whatever feels good to you. Good. Let's keep pulsing here for 10, 9, 8, 7. Can you go lower? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand back up. Bring your hands down. Shake it off a bit. All right. Now we're going to go with feet parallel. So toes are pointed forward. Okay. Feet are hip distance. You can still hold on to the back of the chair unless you want to try to work on the balance. or you're just gonna lift the heels and lower. Lift and lower. Nice and slow. Good. Keeping that same posture. So you want that tuck forward with your hips. You want your core engaged, belly button towards the spine. Roll the shoulders back, lift the chest. Lift those heels as high as you can. Let's go. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Now you're going to keep those heels lifted here, and then you're going to go into a squat. Keeping the alignment of that posture, right? Hips forward, core engaged, and then you're going to stand back up. You can bring the heels back down for a rest, lift the heels again, go back into that squat, keeping the posture, lift back up. Now, if you want to challenge, stay in that position with the heels lifted. If you need a break, bring the heels down. Good. We'll be here for about 5 more. Focus on your posture. Maybe challenge yourself by going lower. Or if you want, you can always let go of your chair and bar and find a balance there, which I will not, not today at least. All right, let's go 2 more. Nice. Last one, we're gonna hold here, go as low as you possibly can, roll the shoulders back. Let's go 4, 3, 2, 1. You guessed it, we're gonna do little pulses. Little tiny pulses here, up and down, make them small, inch and inch. Let's go 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand all the way up. Now you're gonna drop and lift those heels. We're gonna do pulses with your calves here. So heels lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Can you lift those heels a little higher? 3, 2, and 1. And drop it. Woo! Good job. Go ahead and roll out those legs. Anything that feels comfortable. Awesome. Okay, we're going to go back down onto our mat. So I want to make sure we get the full body. So we're going to do, arms again. We're going to do some triceps here. You're going to place your hands towards the back of your mat, fingertips facing forward. And now you're going to keep your knees at a bend, heels plant on your mat. You can do this. This is a modified version of the tricep dips, right? So you're going to bend the elbows back and then extend. Bend back and extend. Keep the chest lifted here, okay? This is where you can always be. Now, we're going to lift the hips if you want a little more of a challenge. It's also going to add a little bit more weight. You're going to bend the elbows back and then extend. Bend and extend. Okay. And now you want to keep the chest lifted the whole time. See if you can lift those hips up as high as you can. See if you can keep it in line with your waist, your hips. Good. All right, so you can always go back to the modified version, bringing your hips back down onto your mat. Wherever you are, we'll go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, kicker, we're going to go about halfway here. And now we're going to do those little pulses. It's a slight bend and extend. Okay, now, if you need to, you can bring the hips down and do those little pulses from here. Just a slight bend and extend with your elbows. Wherever you are, we're going to go for 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Bring those hips down. Should be burning. Shake it off, shake it off. We'll go ahead and do a quick little stretch. Bring one arm across, hook it onto your bicep, opposite bicep muscle. Look over that shoulder. Exhale, switch to the other side. Look over that shoulder. All right, we're gonna go ahead and stand back up onto our mats. We're gonna find your chair. Same thing, we're gonna be holding on to your chair with one hand. Okay, and then we're going to go into what we call plie. So you're going to bring your heels to touch, completely touching. See if you can keep them connected the whole time. Toes turned out. Imagine you have this big pizza pie. You decide how generous you want that pizza pie, or that piece of pie, or piece of pizza. Okay, so again, Find the alignment with your spine here. Hips roll forward. You add that tuck, core engaged, chest lifted, shoulders roll back, just barely like lightly touching your bar. We're gonna go into a squat. We're making like this diamond shape, right? With our legs, coming back up and adding a squeeze to the thighs. Lower down, find that diamond, lift up and squeeze. Nice. Take that challenge, maybe go lower. Keep that position with the spine. Nice alignment. Again, you don't have to hold on to the bar. For this one, it's probably okay to just bring those arms out, right? But we're gonna add a challenge here. So we'll go 4 more here. See if you can go a little bit deeper into the squats. Nice, add that squeeze to the thighs. Excellent, good, last one. Good, now when we come back up, you're gonna lift those heels, keep those thighs connected. See if you can zip up your legs. Lower down, find that squat. Lift back up, keep those heels connected and your thighs. Lower down, find that squat. Good job. Make sure to breathe. Now, if you feel like this is kind of challenging and you can't keep those heels connected the whole time, you can always separate those heels at the top, okay? There's no wrong way, as long as you're keeping that posture connected. We'll go 4 more. Last one, we're gonna come down, we're gonna stay down. We're gonna add what we call tucks. So you're gonna roll the hips forward, roll the hips back. Roll the hips forward, roll the hips back. We're just tucking. Good. Rolling forward and back. Keep that core in. Let's go for 5, 4. If you're feeling the shakes, then you're doing it right. Last 2, last 1. Now keep it in, and then we're just gonna do little tiny pulses. You guessed it, lifting those hips just a few inches up, few inches down. Keep that posture, hold that core. Ready? Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand up, lift those heels, connect those thighs, and then we're just gonna come into those pulses with those heels. Lift up and down, lift up and down. Keep everything connected here. Keep that posture, core engaged. And we'll go for 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Bring those heels down, and then go ahead and just kind of shake it out. Whew, I know. Okay, now we're gonna go into what's called, I just wanna make sure we're doing good on time here. Which time? We got 18 minutes, awesome. Okay, we're gonna do plies again. So you're gonna connect those heels, okay? Connect those thighs, so zip up your legs. Imagine you have one leg. Again, holding on to your bar, just like fingertips, light grip. We're gonna go back into that plie squat. Keep everything like in position, tucked. Check in with that form. You're gonna reach out with that opposite arm. You're gonna go into a mermaid. You're gonna reach over, come back out, stand back up, squeeze those thighs. Go ahead and go into your squat. Reach over, come out, come up, squeeze those thighs. Good. And then when you're feeling comfortable, maybe you make it more of a fluid motion. Everything just comes together, right? You reach and reach. Now, when you're reaching here, you feel like you have any kind of shoulder issues from the reaching, just swinging it up and over, you can always shoot the hand up, right? You can come into like that bend, bending at the elbows as you're shooting that hand towards the shoulder, coming up and reaching. If there's anything with the shoulders going on. You can also bring your hands behind your head. You're gonna go into like what we call this mermaid arm and come back up. So whichever you decide here, we're gonna go 4 more. Now really aim for that nice side body stretch. Activating the obliques here and working the legs. All in one here. Good. Awesome. All right, last one. We're gonna go into that reach, and then we're gonna bend the elbow and extend. Bend the elbow and extend. Good. Really squeeze those lat muscles as you bring it back. Bend and extend, bend and extend. Good. Now, it's gonna seem like you're stressing out your neck here, so relax those shoulders as you're doing this. Okay, relax your neck. So let's go for 4, 3, 2, last one, and bring it back up, and come right back down. We're gonna go to the other side, directly to the other side, but this time we're gonna go second position. So this time, your heels are gonna go to hip distance, toes turned out, okay? Lightly touching your bar, and then we're gonna go back into squatting, keeping your position, so that tuck, shoulders roll back, chest lifted, and then we're gonna go into that mermaid, come back up. Down, into that mermaid, come back up. You decide, once you're feeling like you've got all the movements packed down, you can make it a little bit more fluid. Everything just kind of flows together. Again, if you've got anything going on with the shoulder, you can shoot the hand up and then reach over. Maybe keeping that bend to the elbow as you rise with that hand. Or you can always place your hand behind your head, elbow comes out. You can always do it this way. Whatever is more comfortable. Just aim to really mermaid over so you get that nice oblique workout. You get that side body stretch on the other side. All right, let's go 4 more. Make sure to breathe. Exhale as you reach. Last one. Let's stay in our squat. Let's stay in our reach. You make a fist with that top hand, and then you're just going to add that squeeze, bending the elbows down towards your rib cage. Add that squeeze. Deep breaths. Good job. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Reach it back up. Stand back up. All right. We got our nice little side body stretch here. We're going to face our bar or a chair. You're going to place both hands onto the back of your chair, countertop, whatever you're using. Okay. You're going to hinge slightly forward. Then you're going to release your right leg out. You want to aim for keeping your hips square here instead of opening up to the side. Not stacking the hips, squaring the hips. And then you're extending that right leg out. We'll start with the right leg. You're going to tap the toes down and lift. Tap the toes down and lift. Now when you're doing this, you do not want to arch your back. You don't want to be lifting your chest, kind of making like this J curve, right? You want it to where it's aligned. Your spine's aligned. Maybe look down towards the floor. Now, your balancing leg, you want that knee at a slight bend. We're going to tap and lift. We'll go 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Now you're going to rainbow it over to the opposite side, rainbow it over to the same side. You're making a rainbow. Maybe your hips kind of start to sway with your rainbow. That's okay. Making sure you're not arching that back too much. Good. Now, if you start to feel like, okay, my hands are getting tired of just holding on to the back of this chair. If that chair is really, really sturdy, you can place your forearms on the chair. Just make sure it's sturdy. Or if you're at a countertop, you can always place your forearms. We'll go 2 more. Nice. Last one. You're going to swing that foot to the other side, opposite leg, right? And now from here, you can hold on to the back of your chair. You're going to go into some curtsy lunges. You're just going to start to lunge it back. Now, it does not have to be super far off to the side because that's really hard to do a lunge. You still want to keep your hips square here. So maybe it's at a slight angle to the opposite side of your leg. You're going to bend your knees and then extend. You're going to keep your chest lifted here. We're slightly changing positions, right? Chest is lifted, Good. Shoulders square with the back of your chair or counter. We'll go for 4, 3, 2. Good. Last one, hold that lunge, and we're going to do little tiny pulses with our hips. Maybe challenge yourself and let go of the back of your chair. Maybe bring your hands to heart. We'll go for 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Go ahead and hold on to your chair. You're going to extend your legs. Bring that right foot back to center. And we're going to do little tiny circles. Let's go one direction for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Opposite direction for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Good. Now you're going to bend and extend. Bend and extend. Good. Bending at the knee and extending. Imagine you're kicking your booty with your heel. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Extend here. Now you're going to swing the knee in, swing that leg out. Knee goes in and out, and in and out. Imagine you're trying to kick the back of your chair. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and last one. Now bend that knee right off to the side of the other leg. You're going to swing it out and in, out and in. Good. Kicker is, see if you can keep those shoulders square. We're going for our fire hydrants here. Swing that leg out as high as you can. Let's go for 4, and 3, and 2. Last one, hold it out there. Now give me little tiny pulses with your knee. Imagine the outer part of your knee is reaching as high as you can for 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back down. Whew. You're going to feel it on the other side, I promise. All right, let me check on time here. Okay, good. Whew. I was scared we couldn't get to the other side. We got to make sure we even ourselves out. So shake it off if you feel like you've got that little tiny engagement or sensation on that opposite hip. Sorry. Of course, we worked it out. So like on the glute, you can also use your fist and just kind of roll out what we call the piriformis muscle. All right, back to center, facing the back of your chair or counter. We're going to extend the left leg. So if you did the left leg first, then just switch to the right leg, okay? So we're going to tap and lift, tap and lift. Again, with our form, making sure that you're at about a 45-degree angle. Your spine is aligned, okay? You're not arching too much. Maybe look towards the ground. You could also stack your forearms if you need to. Tap and lift, tap and lift. See if you can kick that heel as high as you can. Excellent. Deep breaths. All right, now we're going to lift that heel, okay? And then we're going to rainbow it over to the opposite side, and then rainbow it over to the other side. So you're just making some rainbows here. You're keeping your spine where it's at. Your hips are probably going to sway with you. That's okay. Sway it out. Should feel good, but challenging at the same time. Balancing leg, the one that's on the mat. Make sure it's got a soft little micro bend to it. Don't hyperextend that leg. Nice, let's do 2 more. Now we're going to swing that foot over to the right side, okay, or the opposite side if you're doing the left side, okay? And then we're going to slide it in a little bit so it's got a diagonal to that balancing foot. Square off your shoulders, and then we're going to go into our curtsy lunges here. Slight bend and extend to your knees, going into a lunge with that back knee. Now from here, you are going to go ahead and lift your chest, okay? You want to look forward, aim to dropping that knee as low as you can. All right, deep breaths. We'll go for 4, and 3, 2. Last one, we're going to hold it low. Here, we're going to do those little tiny pulses. Go ahead and pulse it up and down, up and down. Deep breaths. Let's go for 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Now you're going to lean forward again. Extend that leg back behind you. You're going to make little tiny circles. This is when we start to do that leg burnout. Okay? Again, you can stack your forearms. Let's go 4, 3, 2, 1. Little tiny circles, opposite direction for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. All right, now we're going to go into a bend and extend. Bend and extend. Working some hamstrings here. Aim to see if you could kick your booty with your heel. Kick your booty with your heel. Good job. Make sure those shoulders aren't tensing up too. They tend to just want to go shrug up to the ears. Relax them down. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're going to bend that knee, swing it in and out, and in and out. Nice big swings. Swing that leg back. Aim for maybe kicking the back of your chair with your knee. Let's go 4, 3, 2. Last one. Now bend the knee right in line with your opposite leg. We're going to bring it out and in and out and in. I have to come up for this one. Now, you want to make sure you're not arching your back too much here. Aim for maybe squaring your hips. I know it could be hard, especially if one side's a little bit tighter. Let's go for 4, 3, 2. Last one. Hold it up there, little tiny pulses. Lift that knee. That outer knee just keeps lifting. Lift it, breathe. Let's go. Let's finish strong for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring those legs down. Great job. Paddle it out. We'll go ahead and go into some quick stretches here. You're going to step your left foot forward. Step the right foot back. You're going to keep that left knee straight, holding onto the back of your chair. Or counter, we're going to hinge forward. Let your neck and upper body just kind of hang here while you stretch out your left hamstring. Good. We're slowly going to roll it up. Now you're going to go ahead and bend that left knee. You're going to lift the back heel and try to press it down so you get that calf stretch in the back. Good. And now with your left hand, you're going to let go of that left hand and just kind of twist off over to the left, opening your body up. Good. Swing it back. Step that right foot forward, left foot back. You're going to extend that right knee. We're going to hinge forward. Hinging down. Stretching out the hamstring. And roll it up. Bend that right knee. Lift that back heel. Okay, and then press against whatever you've got in front of you. And just drop that heel so you get that stretch in your calves. And then you're going to let go of that right hand. Swing it out and over to the right, opening of your chest. Adding that twist, that rotation of the spine. Exhale, bring that hand back in. Step it forward, shake off your legs. All right, let's see how much time we've got, because maybe we can do some abs. We've got 3 minutes. Excellent. Guess what? We're going to come on down to our mats. We've got 3 minutes. Okay, we're going to go ahead and lay down. I'm hoping you can see me in this position. You can also hug your knees to your chest really quick. Okay. All right, so we're going to do what we call single leg stretch. You're going to hug your right knee to your chest, and you're going to pulse it twice and switch. Pulse it twice and switch. You can keep the back of your head down onto your mat, or if you want more of a challenge, you're going to bring your knee towards your nose. You're going to lift the back of your head, knee towards your nose. Just like this. All right, let's go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, now bend both your knees. You're going to extend your legs, extend your arms in front, swing it around, hug your knees to your chest, and bring it towards your nose. If that's too much for your neck and your neck's like, I'm done, you can bring the back of your head down. You're still going to extend, bring it in, hug it in, okay? But if you're okay with your neck, you're going to lift your head, extend it out, bring it in. Oops, dropped my water bottle. sure it doesn't leak. Never mind, it keeps dropping, that's okay. Out and in. Hug it to your chest and in. Making circles with your hands like you're doing a backstroke kind of thing. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, last one. Hug it in. Good. Now we're going to kick it out. Reach your arms over. Hold it here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug it in towards your chest. One more time. Reach it out and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And hug the knees towards the chest. Rock from side to side. Excellent job, you guys. All right. Now we're going to extend your left leg. Then point your right foot towards the sky. We're going to do the same thing where we're stretching it towards us. 2 stretches, switch, 2 stretches, switch, 2 pulses in. You can also exhale as you do it. Switch, 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 and 10, and 9, 8, 7. If it cuts off, just keep going until you reach 10, okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. Hug your knees to your chest. Okay, real quick. You're going to go into crisscross and bring your hands behind your head. Bring those elbows out. Extend one leg, opposite elbow, opposite knee going towards each other. And switch, and switch, and switch. We also call these bicycles. You want to try not to sway so much side to side. Aim for bringing the elbow as close as you can towards your knee and kicking the opposite foot out. Good. And breathe. Breathe through it. Keep going. We'll go for 10. If it cuts off, just keep going. Woo, breathe, breathe, breathe. 7. 5, 3, last 2, last 1, and down. Hug your knees to your chest. Go ahead and windshield wipe your knees. We'll just go ahead and stretch from here on, so that way if it does cut off, at least you're adding a nice little cool down. So just sway your knees from side to side, reach your arms out, maybe look opposite direction of your knees as they sway. Good. Try to catch up with your breath. Cool everything down. All right. We'll go ahead and turn onto our stomachs. From here, slide those hands beneath your shoulders. Lift your chest up. Find that cobra position. I'm just kind of looking to see how much time we have. I can't really see. Roll the shoulders back. I don't have my glasses on. And lower down. We'll do a couple more because this really helps stretch out your core. Excellent. And lower down. Good. One more. Nice. Lower down. And then go ahead and push up. Lift up. Bring your hips back. And then walk your hands forward. Find the child's pose and just take a moment here to stretch. Continue stretching as I come up, looking at the time. Oh, it says we've got actually 2 more minutes. So you know what? I'm going to lead you guys to a nice relaxing stretch. For some reason I looked at the time wrong, but at least we got a nice little core workout in there. So we'll go ahead and go through a nice little stretch here. So extend your legs out in front of you. Shake off your knees. Inhale those hands up, and then reach forward. Maybe find a point where you can either reach towards the ankles, or reach onto the mat, or even knees, and then just pull yourselves forward. If you feel a lot on the hamstrings, you can also do a soft micro bend to those knees, and it'll be more of a lower back stretch. Excellent, and then roll it up. You're going to bend your right knee, and then you're going to bring it out to the right. You're going to tuck your right foot towards that inner left thigh. You're going to reach your arms up And same thing, you're going to go into that forward fold stretch. You can also do a nice hip opening stretch where you place your right hand down on top of that right thigh and just press down gently to open up the hips. And as you reach with that left hand, wherever it lands, either ankle or toes, you're just going to pull yourselves forward. And roll it up. Okay, bring that knee up, that right knee, and you're going to twist to the right. So you're going to hug that knee with that left hand and look over your right shoulder. Place that right hand down behind you. Excellent. We'll come back to center. You're going to go ahead and switch. So you're going to tuck that left foot towards that right inner thigh. Bring that left knee out. You're going to inhale those hands up and reach forward. And then just gently pull yourselves forward. You can also use that left hand. Gently press down on that left thigh, sorry. And then roll yourself up nice and slow. You go ahead and bring that left knee up. Oh, sorry. Just bring that left knee up, and then you're going to hug it with that right hand. You're going to twist over to the left side, looking over your left shoulder, lifting your chest. Good job. And come back to center. We'll go ahead and go into like a butterfly here where the soles of your feet are going to meet. You can cuff your toes with your hands and just kind of lift and lower with those knees, keeping your chest lifted here. Good, we'll do two more. On your last one, bring those knees out and you're just going to start to shift forward, going into that forward fold position. You can bring those elbows over the shins. You can also start to walk your hands forward a little bit more, or you can maybe work on a little more hip opening where you just kind of place your forearms down onto those thighs and reach forward. And pick up. I think it cut off. Okay, so this video is recorded, but if you're still going into that stretch, go ahead and continue. Thank you guys for joining. My name is Karen. If you're watching this video after, hope you enjoy. Let me know how I did. Give me some feedback. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.